Welcome back to the AM Club here on MX24. My name is Leveni Menta. Oh, I'm getting used to this. I'm actually getting used to it. You're welcome. We're still celebrating Ghana Month. It's the first day of the month of March, and we're excited that you joined us on the show. We have exciting news for you, and yes, we're excited to announce the 8th Women's Expo Ghana 2024 International Women's Day edition at the Atlantic Mall, Atomic Junction, Accra, from March 8th to the 10th, 2024. Participate to showcase your products and services. Use the platform to promote your products and services. Reach your target markets in the shortest possible time. Join us to celebrate International Women's Day on the 8th as well. Free health screening, medication review, family planning, and female reproductive health. Participate in discussion circles on self-care and women's choices in health. Pension plan for the woman entrepreneur, insurance for small businesses, digital and social media marketing, customer service, and more. Admission is absolutely free. And there's definitely going to be a kids' play area for the little ones. So whilst you're learning, the children are also having a great time. It's the 8th of March to the 10th of March. Make sure to make time for registration and participation. Contact 055 7874 977 055 7874 977 or email at womensexpogh@yahoo.com. womensexpogh@yahoo.com. We're getting into some great conversations here. And as we celebrate Ghana Month, the conversation obviously starts from here.
All right, most definitely. My name is Kojo Dasabra, but I love the Lebanon. Keep it.
Right?
Yeah, we're keeping it. Whether you like it or not, we're keeping it.
We're keeping it.
Yes, yes. Yeah. But it's time for Lifestyle Daily, and as you do know, yes, we're starting the month of March, and March it is put aside for Ghana Month, to celebrate Ghana Month. Okay, everything Ghanaian. But the question here is it worth celebrating it or not? And joining us in the conversation, we have Bernard Yao Agbofa, who happens to be a student activist. And then we have Bannon Clinton Bafo, who is a political and social activist too as well. Gentlemen.
Hi, Bannon. Good morning. I like today's stop, so allow me.
All right.
Hi, Bannon. How you
I'm
doing?
good. The more you do my top, the more you prepare to pay.
Hey, it's not easy like
it's
that.
not easy to these are mere threats. That statement is very sensitive to use.
Let's not play like that.
It's Ghana Month.
My fellow Voltarian. It's good to have you. Wait, Benin.
Bernard
Bafo.
Yes.
From the Ashanti region. Nana.
So because today is Ghana Day, I prefer to be called Nana Yao.
Hey, Brandon.
So that way we promote it.
Yao, it is. Okay.
They are both, Yao is Yao.
Yao.
Yes.
Yao.
Oh, nice. You're very observant. That's good. That's really good. I couldn't have, made that. It's good to have you gentlemen in the studio.
Thank
We're
you.
talking Ghana Month, and we have been celebrating this for the past 3-4 years.
2021.
From 2021, yes. And great stuff is that Ghanaians embrace this conversation easily. It's almost as if we're waiting for the time to be able to do this. In Kofo's time was when the Friday let's wear our Friday, African fabric on Fridays, and Ghanaians embraced it easily. Is it that we're waiting for someone to put an initiative in there for us to start following, or we ourselves can start these conversations on our own? That's on the side. But is it worth celebrating the Ghana Month?
All right. So thank you very much. Because it's Ghana Month, I would like to greet our viewers in the local dialect.
Right.
And to make sure we are OTA. OTA and then I know pay. Say the entire country studio and fans. The person can say you dig Ghana woulda. And see who be here so be adding home a shame. I'm not doing translation, so you have to translate what I've said yourself.
18, and so he said, he we're celebrating Ghana Month, and so for all our viewers watching, it has become necessary for us to, greet in the local dialect. Oh my God,
The translation is perfect.
Thank you.
Yes, I think let me extend one greetings to our viewers once again. this celebration is worth it. In the first place, the question itself is not something that deserves an answer, because I believe that everybody celebrates their birthday. Your birthday, whether it was a good year, it was a bad year, is worth celebrating because you're alive. It gives you ample time to review your life schedule, to understand what you did right, what you did wrong, moving into the future, what is expected of you to do. And it's similar with the celebrations of Ghana Day. In my view, I think we've locked up ourselves on this celebration with only the 6th March. And after 6th March, we don't see much of this. Even though Ghana Month has lasted for almost 3 years now, the amplification of this initiative has not been as active as the Friday Wear initiative and the Ghana Beyond Aid concept, which were all geared towards amplifying the efforts of this particular country through whatever that we are doing, encouraging socio-economic and social-cultural practices, speaking much on the peace and stability we have. You know, anytime conversations of Ghana comes in, one of the significant key points we need to look at is the peace and stability we enjoy. And I draw inspiration much from the speech delivered by the President at the State of the Nation's address. It was not wrong for him to have stated emphatically that it is not by chance that we are enjoying the peace we have today, because by public knowledge, our surroundings and our environment, immediate environment, in terms of neighboring countries, have undergone serious terrorist attacks. Others are having challenges in governance, because now it's either coup, military taking over. But Ghana, which is one of the closest to almost all these countries, especially in West Africa, we are still having this peace and stability being enjoyed. Everybody outside knows that when you mention Africa and you don't mention Ghana first, you've lost out. And I think all these didn't equally come by chance. It came as a result of deliberate efforts of the government to make sure that they create an enabling environment and project the flag and the image of the nation out there to become an attraction, a site of attraction to people. So now, if you go outside, anytime people want to talk about Africa, even though Nigerians feel they are the African giants, but I doubt it's in true reflection as what goes on in Ghana. We see foreigners trooping in, and there's been a lot of initiatives to connect the gap that had existed between the diaspora and the local people. And so now you can clearly see that a lot of activities go on. As we speak, we are having the All-African Games going on in Ghana. Yeah. And so I think all these are initiatives that had taken place, and then it's gradually putting Ghana on the map. It's equally gives a sense of recognition to your identity as a Ghanaian. Because if you're a Ghanaian, there are a lot of things you need to understand. That I am a Ghanaian. You must be proud of it that you're a Ghanaian, because we are blessed with a lot of resources. We are blessed with peace and stability, for which reason you are able to carry on your day-to-day activities as a citizen in the nation. There's been a lot of initiatives from governments that have come, governments that are coming, governments that are in power, deliberate efforts to make sure that how we want our country to be known outside, we give that true reflection out there. And so one of the key things I would want to use this opportunity to applaud the President on is the renovation of the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, where now in this particular month, it's going to be the center point of attraction to all foreigners that are coming into the country. And anytime you want to talk about these large investments, you would always not do that without mentioning the NPP government. I don't want to be political, but I want to state that moving forward, it should be part of our national plan that we will make deliberate effort to amplify the efforts of the government, to amplify the efforts of the nation, to amplify the image of the nation, to invest in activities. Ghana Beyond Aid, we have the Ghana Month now that has been launched. You spoke about Kofo's African where they now we go to SHS schools and everybody's wearing it. Aside all these things that I've said, it is also worth celebrating, because if you look back to where Ghana is coming from and where we have gotten to today, there are a lot of indications, a lot of new things that has been added to our social life, that has been added to our economical life. As much as we can complain about the weaker aspects of the country's management, we cannot also do away with the fact that today, if my mother is sick, I can pick a phone and call the ambulance, and quickly today, everywhere, if you are coming this morning, you hear, wow, wow, wow. And it is because we have every constituency having an ambulance. Today, people are not being driven out of exams. So when I was in SHS, we were about to write, I was a school prefect at Prempeh College.
Okay.
We had to always beg for people not to be driven out of the exam so because they cannot pay school fees. I have people who, out of school fees default, they had to stop schooling because they couldn't afford to pay. Today,
Why are we going with this?
Yes.
Why are we going with this?
So, no, the point I'm making is that all these indications are reflections of who we are as a country. Okay. So you can clearly see that this celebration, it tells us that, okay, there were times where we were going through these particular challenges. This is the time people are going to school for free. We can speak of a Tamil single spine salary structure that also came in. We can speak much of Kofo's Metro Mass Transit. We can speak much about...
Which, by the way, is sitting there rotting.
It's not.
Where is it?
Currently, the president,
You know, it did pass by
currently the
2
vice,
days ago.
No, they've procured more than 100 buses to add up to the buses over there. And we are looking at digitalizing the patronage of that particular services.
What is the state of
It's in full operation.
Okay, don't worry. We'll do it. We'll cover it and bring it.
Yes,
But let's move on.
I'm sure he wanted to
So
talk about
that's
something.
that, and then we can talk about the free maternity care. You know, all these were initiatives that were not there. I mean, we kept on building on it as a nation from stage 1 to stage 2. Now we are talking about free SHS. Now we are talking about Agenda 1.1. We are talking about 1D, 1F. So all these initiatives are coming in to add up. At the end of the day, if you celebrate Ghana Day and it is not attracting investors into the country, then it is not worth being celebrated. Okay. And so I give all these indications not on political lines, but to throw more light on efforts that has been put in place to make sure that we make the country a central hub of attraction for investment, for entertainment. Now, if it's in Christmas and you don't come to Ghana,
you have not gone anywhere.
As much as we speak about the applause, this particular moment is when we also reflect on the economical stability. How are things going? What is our inflation? What is our debt structure? All these things come in when we are celebrating this particular
Because people
month.
are saying that Ghana has been here, there are a lot of things you've talked about. We've come so far to go through the things that we go through. It's to a point that, you know, our ministers are in parliament and lights is going off. Anyway, let's go. So, hey, you started it.
ECG is doing their work.
Don't bring us up this
The
morning.
legislative arm is not paying their bill and they cut off. If I don't pay my bill, they cut it off. I don't think this is
I believe ECG, they're just doing a job. I mean, they have to do their job.
In as much as
The
you speak,
CEO spoke.
I respect you for the things that you've highlighted, which is, again, it's not a political conversation.
Not at all.
Ghanaians are enjoying some of these things that you've talked about.
But we need to also talk about the bad.
We need to also talk about the bad. So let's go to my Yao brother. Is it worth celebrating in your opinion?
First of all, let me say a very good morning to our cherished viewers. I would say that Ghana has come a long way. And then the Ghana Month, which was launched 3 years ago, I would say it is worth celebrating. But there are buts.
Okay.
Why am I saying that? In as much as the Ghana Month has come to stay, Ghanaians are concerned. Let me say that Ghanaians are concerned because you cannot, as a president, come and then read the SONA. And as a president, you go in violation of the article which enjoins you to deliver the State of the Nation's address. Even though we are celebrating or we are in the Ghana Month, I believe that there are a lot of problems that need to be tackled. So I don't see, my brother was saying that it was very prudent for the president to touch on, but then true to be told, I didn't get any particular message when the president was delivering the State of the Nation's address, because I felt it was all political chicaneries. It was a platform for him to campaign for his said driver's mate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So I don't believe that the SONA he came to read was quite, it had weight. It was empty, trust me. Because I am...
In that light, Ghana is not in a place of celebration?
It's in the place of celebration, but I'm saying that if we would celebrate it, let's not forget, Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, said in the coat of arms, it was featured in the coat of arms, freedom and justice. What is freedom and justice? What is the Ghana Month celebration if your people are having or facing hardship? What are your people going through? You spend a lot of money in this celebration, and then people are sitting under trees to educate themselves. Whereas you can use these monies to do what? To build education and to build infrastructures, build roads and other stuffs. But we don't see it. But they are only interested in doing these political gimmicks by saying that, yes, we've done this, we've done that. The true state of the nation, this is where sometimes I appreciate classics so much. When you read the Pericles' funeral oration, you would realize that he highlighted every single thing that was going on in that particular community or the state or the society, which means that he was what? In solidarity with the people. Please, do we understand? Right. Yes, he was in solidarity with the people. So at the end of the day, the people get to appreciate whatever you are telling them. You cannot come and lie to them because they know what is going on. They are in the country, even though it's a center for attraction in this time. But trust me, what do we have in our pocket? That is the question I ask myself all the time.
Talking about that, there has been conversations about a year of return, the revenues that were made out of it, the tourism that it attracted. You know, people came here because of some of the conversations that were had with the communities out there, so they came here to come and see. You know, revenue was made. You know, okay, so money were made. Where are they? What has it been used for? Who can account for these monies? Secondly, Ghana Month is not only on the 7th of March. No. I think the entire conversation was had, you know, holistically, like the entire month of March is going to be a month that we celebrate Ghana. So we're eating Ghana, we're wearing Ghana. Somebody said we will sleep Ghana. We are walking Ghana.
Speaking Ghana.
We're speaking Ghana.
We even dance Ghana.
We're dancing Ghana. So all of this is exciting to hear. But again, someone would ask, but then we have problems, and like he rightly said, there are issues to be tackled. Does that deter us from celebrating?
So you give me a question that responds directly to his lecture rehearsals. I don't know whether he's preparing for exam schools. He seems to be dealing much with his textbooks, which is really good. I was a bit lost out in his submission when he swayed away from the subject matter for which we've gathered here on Ghana Month to discuss the state of the nation address that was presented.
You mentioned it. It was empty.
You know I can really do this, right?
Okay, so we can. So let me question both of you. Let me question both of you. We're going to try as much as possible to not make this conversation political.
Yeah.
Let's try as much as possible to make it a Ghana conversation again.
Yes.
Well, we have the whole year to talk about our political, affiliations.
I get it. I'm not being political. The point I'm making here is that I think it's best that I equally enlighten him that this particular celebration of Ghana Month, the 6th March, we're going to Western Region, is something that is mandatory we need to do. And so if you say the money we are using for it, we can use it to build schools, then you have lost count of infrastructural developments that the MPP has embarked on. The MPP government has embarked on. When it has to do with you saying people are staying under trees. We have some people staying under trees, but under this government, a lot of infrastructural investment has been made to meet out or offset the deficit we have at our end over there. One of the key things that came out from the speech that the sona that he delivered, in line with the Ghana Month, because people are complaining that we don't have much to show for what we are celebrating. Basically, that is the tagline conversation. But I would want to equally use this platform to enlighten people that a lot is ongoing. Before I came in here, conversations of unemployment kept on zooming in. So I felt it was needful that I inquire, aside government measures to recruit people into the public sector, what other alternative avenues are we using to create jobs? That is where I found out that we have an agency called the Ghana Enterprises Agency, formerly the NBSSI, which was left adamant and dormant under the SWAL administration. Currently, as we speak, we have a lot of projects that has run under it. We have the Ghana Economic Transformational Plan that has gone in to give grants and support to a lot of micro, small, and medium enterprises. We have a project called the Business in a Box project, a concept note initiative that is looking at training over 250,000 people. It's currently running. Application portals are open. People are applying. through this particular initiative, we are training people, giving them access to markets, giving them access to startup. We have the Juice Start Ghana Jobs and Skills project, which we all heard of. The phase 1 is over. I have personally had the opportunity to join the team to monitor and evaluate beneficiaries of this project. If we have over 5,000 people getting these benefits and they employ 5 people, what are we doing? These are alternate ways of creating jobs. And so I believe that as much as we can complain bitterly about the unemployment state, we must also patronize. We must also patronize the alternative avenues that has been created, because the foundation of the Ghana month that we want to celebrate is embedded much in how strong our private enterprises are. And these initiatives are dominated for women. Anytime we are celebrating this, I like to talk about women because those days before we had our independence, women were really going through a lot. They were being harassed. They were not really active. They were not even included in most of the things that we're doing. But today, most of the things we do in our quest to make sure that we visualize the activities of women. Any project embarked on by the Ghana Enterprises Agency has 70% special allocation to favor women. And it is led by the able and hardworking CEO, Mrs. Kosi Yankee Ayi. And these are documents and details that are there that I would plead that as we are celebrating the Ghana month, let us find access to it. People are receiving grants. We have a lot of, I have colleagues, friends of mine who have received funds. He is now having a printing press. You can ask Dan Print. He prints, he's at Newtown. Through Ghana Jobs and Skills, he receives grants. He opened a shop. Now he's employed 5 people that he's working with. And imagine that if 5,000 of his kind are supported, ask him, what records does he have to show? If he has to do with job creation, he has to do it. Under IMF, you are restricted to employ. So as an innovative government, what are you supposed to do? We are discussing Ghana, so I'm trying to come up with initiatives that has been introduced to meet the challenges that we are not running away from the challenge. We are not saying Ghana is there. But in our quest to get there, what are we doing? For some time now, I have personally been communicating the Business in a Box project, which is a partnership initiative between the Ghana Enterprises Agency and the MasterCard Foundation, ready to give funds and access to startup to young people within the range of 15 to 35. And as we speak, we've not even gotten the number 250,000 people. So it tells you that
the people are not showing interest.
People are not applying.
Do they know about it?
And that, yes, amplification is still ongoing. If you go to the social media, it is there. We have videos. I share most of them on my statuses. And so if we are celebrating Ghana month, these are the things we should be talking about. As to whether this is what MPP has done, this is what NDC has done, it's a conversation for Monday, which is soda. But for today, I will tell my junior brother to tone down his conversation and be very deliberate with discussions that looks at what the government is doing, what he suggests that the government should do to build the nation moving forward. Because on the scorecard, there is no way you can tell me you will choose NDC over MPP if you have the records there to work with. So that's the conversation. That's the conversation I don't want to
he was basically
that's the conversation.
Okay, so now let's...
It's best that you pick the key ones that at least reflects the discussion we are having. The other ones are for political gimmicks, as you put it, your student political terminology.
Now you mentioned something about moving the
way forward.
On the 6th of March, we're celebrating. It used to be Accra through and through.
Yes.
So all the schools used to come here and it used to be very exciting.
That's something I wanted to equally touch on.
Now we're moved on to touring Ghana with it. It sounded like a brilliant initiative from the beginning for me, and this is a personal observation. And then I realized that also meant that some of the schools in Accra might not be able to participate in the 6th March. That is one. And I stand to be corrected. So you're going to address it at your time. Secondly, there's also the conversation of what is the relevance of it. Moving the 6th March to every region. Is it not cost effective? It's not going to have, it's not going to pose a strain on our budget as a country. It's not going to cost us more to move around the country?
I don't think, because if we do it in Accra, how much of a percentage in the budgetary allocation will be added up if we move it to other places? So what we are trying to do is that people must feel it. It must not always be in Accra where the schools in Accra are the beneficiaries. Anytime we do it in Accra, have you thought of the schools in Western Region?
Have
you thought of the schools in Ashanti region?
And
so the president is trying to make sure that at least before he leaves office, and something he expects the others to continue on with, every student would also have a direct feel of the actual Seth Match celebration. I am naive to this conversation if Seth Match is only what the president does. Because when I was in school, as much as we do Seth Match in Accra, we were doing our Seth Match at Obuasi. I went to Anglo Gold Ashanti. I went to match. Sometimes I collapsed. They gave me kenke to drink. I drank. I joined the match again, and we did it. And so the experience is decentralized across the regions. So through the regional minister, decentralized through the municipalities and various stakeholders who come together, they have organize it. They organize it across board. And this is something that is verifiable. We have Seth Match celebrations that goes on. So it is not that when we do it in Accra, we restrict certain people. Whether we do it in Accra or we don't do it in Accra, other places also do it. But the vision of the president to carry it around, a direct tourist attention to that area. So now we do it in Accra. Everybody expects that Ghana month, Seth Match is in Accra. Everybody comes to Accra. Now we're taking it to Western region. So what is in Western region? The whole of March, I'm coming to Ghana, and I'll go to Western region. I'll go there. I want to see what goes on in there. Seth Match will go there. I would participate. So by the time he leaves office, about 5 or 6 regions would have been visited by the people, the diaspora people who are joining us. And they go in there, they identify opportunities to invest in, they push their funds in there, and we don't centralize most of our developmental projects in just Accra. So I think, for me, the idea is a good one. As much as we would always want to talk, let me tell you, if we even decide that we are doing Seth Match in this particular place, someone who is also of a different view will tell you that, aren't we spending so much money? Why don't we do it in the Jubilee House office? I mean, everybody has his personal view of things, but let's look at the larger benefits that it gives to the nation and the concepts behind why we are having the Seth Match, why we are having the Ghana Month. Okay. And if we draw inspiration from that, we can know what we're actually celebrating.
The Independence is being held at Kufredia, right?
Yes.
So that's Eastern region.
It's Western. Is it Western, right?
It's Western.
Yeah,
Western.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just to be clear on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. So now let's get into the nitty-gritties of celebrating the month. We realize that in the celebration, and there are a lot of things that happen. I mean, as far as tourism is concerned, as we spoke about playing Ghana this way. Moving forward, what do you think that we need to do or place to celebrate Ghana really well when it comes to, Ghana month? Because I'm thinking, I mean, we've heard times a number. Well, let's play Ghana. Are we able to play all Ghanaian songs, say that, okay, we're not going to play any Nigerian song, we're not going to play any other foreign song, we're just going to, dedicate the whole month. Every single day, every DJ is playing, a Ghanaian song. Is it feasible? What exactly do we need to do to promote Ghana within the month itself?
I'll let my brother go first.
Okay, so thank you once again. I believe that, like I said earlier, the celebration is worth it. But there are buts. That's what I'm saying. I'm still of the view that the freedom and justice featured on the coat of arms must be revisited.
Okay.
What is freedom and what is justice if we are still under neo-colonization? There are so many ways we can promote Ghana. We can promote patriotism and nationalism.
Tell us about it.
Fine. So basically, when you go to basic schools, like I was saying, I was centering my submission on education.
Yeah.
I made a research because sometimes, when you have this debate like this, people would like to come up with their own figures and then they will lie about it. So I decided to make a research. And then I found out that every year, the government spent 16 million to 20 million Ghana cedis.
Ghana month.
Yes.
Okay. Doing what exactly?
Doing for the parade. Just for the parade. 16 million to 20 million Ghana cedis. And sometimes I ask myself, forgive me to say, maybe you would not agree with me, but I am an Nkrumahist. I have his ideologies. I believe that we cannot celebrate Ghana month if our people are suffering. I'm still touching on this. our basic schools for the past 5 years do not have textbooks. You know, in our basic schools, we have textbooks which teach our children history.
Yeah.
So another way, or a way of what? Ensuring patriotism and nationalism in our children is what? By providing them with textbooks, books that they can read and what? Reconscientize themselves. Know that this is the reason why I am a Ghanaian. What am I supposed to do? We should let them know that the textbooks we are providing for them is because they are paying taxes. And then the power they have is a fiduciary trust.
Yeah.
And so at any point in time, we can take it back from them. They can't make it look like they are the rulers. So whatever they say is final. No. Whatever power you have was given to you by the people. So the power emanated from the people. And then now the people who are paying the taxes, you are using these taxes on expensive travels, yet you can't even build schools, buy textbooks for them. So what am I saying? I'm saying that the celebration is worth it if there is freedom and there is justice. Yesterday, I saw a news on My Joy Online, which states that Ghana's passage of the anti-LGBTQI is going to hinder development.
Yeah.
And then I realized that, and then it brought me back to when Nkrumah was talking about neo-colonization. So I asked myself, is it true? Are we really conscientized? Are we ready for these political games? Because we are in our country, yet other people are taking decisions for us. And it is not something we must be proud of. So if we are celebrating the month, and then yet still we spend a lot of money, and then people are taking decisions on behalf of our own country, we shouldn't forget that we are a sovereign country.
Okay,
So, but in what, please, in what, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
in what's your reference, points? Because the bill was passed. We're waiting for the president to
Sign it.
Which is our decision.
And he said,
Which we go into Parliament to take that decision, right? No, I mean, it is
yes,
Ghana Parliament,
yes.
so nobody imposed that decision. We have to correct
And he has on different, and this is not me defending Anado or anything, but I've heard him say severally that gay rights are not going to be passed, and no, not in his government would you see the LGBTQ plus happening under his government. He's not going to approve of that. So he said it severally. So we can't have a conversation of, then it's, what was passed, what My Joy Online said is a conversation to accuse of government of.
In as much as the My Joy Online has published that it was...
That was something someone said on BBC, right?
So let me just come in. I think I have to direct the conversation to the question he asked because I was a bit lost with what he was trying to say. But at the end of the day, one of the clarity I need to give is that every country has international partners, and the partners influence our decisions that we make. And so under any circumstance, if you take a decision that is not in sync with your partners, they have every right to comment on it. We are with IMF. And so once you pass a bill that is equally contrary to whatever thing that they also believe they can comment on it. And so they are not taking decisions for us. But as much as we partner with them, we
collect their money.
It's a collective, exactly. We go there for fans and other things. But with the question about Ghana Month, what's the way forward? What are we supposed to do? I think that there must be a categorization of the celebration. We have the entertainment aspect, we have the political aspect, we have the government aspect, we have the stakeholder aspect. I'll hint my conversation on the stakeholder aspect because I believe that most of the points my brother has made is so much locked up around this particular idea that we believe that in the celebration of the Ghana Month, it should be an avenue to commute people at a spot. People who are not extremists in politics, people who are not who don't hold high allegiance to a specific political party, people who are patriotic, people who are idealistic in opinion, people who are conscience-driven, neutrally when it has to do with development in a nation. We seek and then we review the journey so far, where we have gotten to, What are the challenges and what are the remedies to the challenges? It should be part of the celebration for this particular month so that we can have a reviewed report of the assessment that you have done. Because one of the major reasons why we are celebrating this Ghana month is to come to a realization that, look, this is where the country is. Last year we did Ghana month. This was our review report. This was our projections. We are not there yet. What is wrong? As a team that is on this particular project, we need to propose certain things to government that this is what we have done and this is what we have noticed. We think something needs to be done so that we can be able to have a key performance indicator measuring the progress of the nation as with regards to this particular celebration that we are having. That is on stakeholder relation, what I think we should be doing. On the other side of what we eat, entertainment, as you rightly said, I believe that it is equally right that we pay close attention to what we sell, what we put out there. Because birthday is once in a year. So when you have it, you celebrate it and you celebrate it at its best.
Yeah.
As much as we want to, the Sith match is something mandatory. We go in there, we speak, we dialogue, and then we have that experience of the liberation we had on the Independence Day. It is also important that we find ways to boost our look. When I was coming, I bought this. You know, this particular beats I'm having, I bought it from a company that has received grant from the Ghana Enterprises Agency. That's Beats. It's there. I can show you the images if we have time. So I bought it from them. The point I'm making here is that we must also be interested in investing in Made in Ghana activities. We must be interested. As part of the monitoring that I joined the team with GA to do, I noticed that there is a lady who is into a local snack. I've forgotten the name, but she has named it Aduli. I'm sure you'll be seeing it out there. She has named that particular snack Aduli. Through this particular training that the Ghana Enterprises Agency, under the able Mrs. Kosi Yankee Ai's administration is doing, she has been able to secure FDA approval. This is an individual person who is doing her business. There's someone who doesn't have money. She has the idea. She run through basic, intermediate, advanced training, and now the person has FDA certificate. The person is producing Made in Ghana, and we are looking at access to market where there can be exports into the other countries. So these are the conversations we should be having. What initiatives, what are the agencies doing to promote things that are made in Ghana, reduce our importation, deal more with products that can be imported, build the nation as we want it, but centered and hinged so much on stakeholder decision. What are we doing? What is our tax? What are we doing within our tax net? What tax revolutionarization decision can we take to say that, okay, these components in our taxes are so much on our people, we need to review it. This particular tax was introduced for a particular purpose, we need to take it off. All these reviews, sector by sector by sector, would have to be discussed at the stakeholder meeting. And you realize that after the entire month is over, we can have a collective report present that in the Ghana month, this is what we have realized. This is what we had last year. This is the improvement this year. This is what we are lacking behind this year. And this is what we think should be the way forward, outside the context of whether you are NPP or you are NDC, but as a Ghanaian.
All right, I want to come to you. Sure. The vibe that I'm getting from you per this follow-up question is that do you think that we need to, because you're talking about buts. So do you think that we need to right our wrongs as a celebration or within the celebration? Because, I mean, we cannot use just 1 month, okay?
We're discussing negatives and promoting
negatives. We cannot use just 1 month to, now go looking for that. We could do something like that. But then, I mean, to move, you talked about textbooks and everything. But the vibe I'm getting, are you trying to let us know that, well, within the month, that is, the time that we're celebrating Ghana month should be the time that we should use to right our wrongs?
Thank you very much. Let me say that this whole Ghana month celebration is just limited to a mere speech by the president. So if my brother here wants to say that Yes.
No, I beg to differ.
Really?
I beg to differ, and I'm sorry.
The whole
I'm
month?
sorry that I'm doing
By
this
the
to you
speech?
today because because I'm a patriotic
It's true.
person. I believe that the entire month, and I wasn't even looking at the political aspect of it at all because since we started Ghana Month, I have seen a lot of conversations around. Oh, I'm wearing Ghana the entire month. I got to dress up as Davi last year, and I'd never been dressed up as Davi before. It was so nice, and I was taught. I went to the National Theatre, I went to the Arts Center, and they told us the relevance of, the clothes, why it is on your, shoulder, why they allow you to wear certain
Our
beads,
culture, heritage,
what the
and
beads
everything.
meant. The educational aspect is there.
Okay.
My biggest conversation, and I need you to touch on it for me.
I'm going to
because
touch on
you're the one who's giving us the indications that there's too much going on as problems in the country,
Yeah.
and so we shouldn't focus on that
Exactly.
one
Exactly.
6 March
Exactly.
conversation.
Because your
Yes.
salary is not in, you shouldn't thank God for your birthday.
You mind your business.
So, like I
So
said,
I need you to highlight more on how we're going to fix what you are projecting as
proposals or
problems.
recommendations.
I would like to hear that because I think Jay has been trying to get it out of you.
okay, so basically, like I'm saying, I said this whole month is reduced or limited to just a mere speech. Why am I saying that? When we talk about the Ghana month, we actually refer to the sit march. That's what we all know, but that is not the celebration. We celebrate the whole month, but then the whole month is just centered on what? The sit march. And then I'm saying that we spend a whole lot of money, taxpayers' money, to what? To do this parade. And it's not going to help us. So what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of ways we can do what? We can do away with this Ghana Month celebration. I believe that I'm of the view that when Ghanaians are having a feel of something in their pockets, like the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, when they have something in their pockets and then they have jobs to do, they have schools, good schools, infrastructures, hospitals, markets, airports or airstrips. That is when we can say that we can celebrate the Ghana month.
Okay.
But not when Ghanaians are faced
Are going through a lot.
Or are impoverished. And then you come and then tell us that you are using 16 million Ghana cedis or 20 million Ghana cedis just for parade when the people are suffering, when the people are impoverished.
Okay. Now I have a fair idea of what he's trying to tell us. But then again, I believe that he said something, and not because Clinton is Clinton, but because I believe that the fact that they've not paid your school fees, you shouldn't celebrate your birthday. I think that, and this will be my little to everybody else, because I believe I'm also Ghanaian. I've also gone through, and I'm going through a lot sometimes. I just told Jay yesterday that I'm not going to drive for the next few weeks, because if they increase fuel, I don't drive again. I'm going to sit in
Just
throttle.
as you have taken that.
But it is time to also, we're trying to make Ghana so attractive that maybe we can get revenue through tourism.
We are getting.
We get it.
They will tell us where they put their money.
We are
But
getting.
maybe
And you asked
You know,
where
when we
the
start
money
that
is
conversation, we are going to close at 12.
Okay.
And
I'm
I'll
going
be
to find
sad.
a
I'll
day.
be sad from work.
We'll have that conversation. But I believe that, in my opinion, and my bosses don't pay me to give my opinion, but I'm going to have to do that today. In my opinion, Ghana has come so far.
Yeah.
We have done so much. I have seen Ghana move from we are getting towards the Western look to no, let's come back to our roots. And we are weighing what we produce in Ghana.
Yeah.
We are looking like Ghanaians. In Ghana month, you see a lot of people going natural. You see people trying to be a part and project being Ghanaians. And it's worth, in my opinion, celebrating, because when you go elsewhere, they're doing Independence Day, Americans, Freedom Day.
It looks like it's only, to me, it's only Ghana that there is that form of amplification on our Independence Day over the media.
Yes.
I really see it trend a lot.
Yes.
In my view. I'm not here to debate it.
Oh, no.
And I remember last
Don't
year
start that.
when
No,
we were
no.
celebrating Independence Day in Independence Day in Nigeria, they also went against it like that. Like, people just died at end SARS.
Yeah,
and you think that you want to celebrate.
Exactly.
But I think Nigeria has also gone so far projecting the country through entertainment all around the world. Does that mean that they don't celebrate themselves? So again, I want to encourage all of us to be a part of this. Let's celebrate. Like Clinton said, if this is the time, this is the only time in the year where you get to buy made in Ghana, please do.
Like I bought mine.
You see, I bought mine too. And many
Yawo didn't buy his because he
didn't
feels
buy
like
that
we should go and,
No, the people are impoverished. So why do you spend a whole lot of money?
He's
not interested.
But thank you so much,
The
Yawo,
use
for
of
coming.
impoverished in everything I
I
say.
enjoyed the conversation with you. I can feel the passion.
I have a last
We are-
comment to pass.
we are-
I will give
suffering.
you a chance, but I want to talk to my Yao. I feel the passion, and I see how frustrated you are. I got frustrated that the other day when I was watching Sona too. But then again, let's try our best to encourage people to celebrate Ghana.
But why
as
do you
and
get
when.
frustrated when
Please
we're
mind your business.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Let me tell you, let's wrap up this
I mean,
conversation.
I don't see why you should get frustrated when you're listening to Sona, because that's the State of the Nation address. And if it is even about the speech, everything in there is one that gives updates of the current happenings in the country.
That's not your final words.
And
That's
so
not why
I
you
feel
took
we
my
should.
time. I'm going to end my show.
All right, so I want to
platform.
especially, there is one of my colleagues who is running for TESCON president at Amstead Mampon campus, and then his name is Bismarck Fosu-Yeboah. He's number 2 on the ballot, and then I urge them to support him so that collectively we can swift into the next chapter with Dr. Manu Bawumia.
Okay,
There's a conclusion.
All right.
Thank you so much, Clinton, for joining us, and also to my good friend Yao. I just got myself a Novi, so yeah, there we go. You're a Ashanti brother, all day.
Yeah. But still, Yawo.
You see,
I like the vibe.
Don't Clinton.
All right. Okay, so it's time to hit the beach again. Time to reignite our passion for beach sustainability with myeco.com. The first edition of Beach Please for 2024 kicks off on the 2nd of March. That's just tomorrow. This time, our beach cleanup exercises takes place at Bola Beach, right behind Independence Square from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Come clean up the beach and push the word on environmental sustainability. It starts with you and how you dispose of your plastic waste. Visit myeco.com/pages/beach please to sign up to volunteer now. You can also donate to clean up via myeco.com. Beach Please is powered by myeco.com in partnership with the Polo Beach Club, Ahaban GLF, the Ghana Tourism Authority, and MX24 TV. For more information or enquiries, call 0532 964 014. Beach Please, 2nd March 2024, 6:30 a.m. at the Bola Beach. See you there.
See you there. MX24 and Travel with Drew presents Moments in Accra on Wednesday, 6th of March. We will be headed to the forecourt of the State House for the Akle Festival. But first, we'll be taking you on a fun and incredible tour of Accra. We kick off from 7 a.m. with a tour of the Kwame Nkrumah Museum and the Accra Museum. We'll make a stop at the Black Star Square for a photo shoot session, explore the Art Center and visit the Jamestown Lighthouse before heading to the ultimate cultural experience at the Akle Festival with live music performances, a variety of food, drinks, entertainment, and more. The tour packages comes with a transportation, snack, drinks, lunch, and entry fee for all the activities. Sign up for only 500. Listen, I get 500 Ghana cedis per, just 500 Ghana cedis per person via mx24.app/travel or sign on WhatsApp or send a WhatsApp message to 059 229 2746. It's 059 229 2746 to sign up now. Moments in Accra is brought to you in partnership with Aquaba Travels, Navigate Ghana, and YFM, and hosted by Miss Drew. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, join us on the 6th of March. Please don't miss it. It's only 500 Ghana cedis. We all meet at Accra Mall, join the bus, and go on a tour. It's Ghana month. We're going to see everything Ghana. So please do join us. Up next is The Plug.